Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a Cloudy Sheep, and we're playing Rule the Waves. We're playing as the US in 1923, and we're very, very close to going to war against the UK. Currently, we are reshuffling our ships so that they are in position, mainly concentrating everything on the home zone. I think our strategy for the upcoming war will likely be that we exert quite a lot of pressure on England's colonies over here and potentially threaten them so that we maybe force them to send stuff to our home zone because we can't really attack them in theirs. We do share a couple of places where we both have non-home zone colonies, I would say, but it's not quite true here. So over here in the British Columbia, Northwest American coast, they do actually have a battleship and a battle cruiser, so yeah, there's potentially some conflict over there. There's potentially some conflict in pretty much everywhere where we have colonies because, well, it's the UK and it's the early 20th century. So, nevertheless, our strategy will be focused on getting in a big fleet engagement, maybe in the North American East Coast, try to force Britain to position troops over here. Otherwise, we might try naval invasions or try to trigger naval invasions of any of these holdings. Everywhere else, it will be a bit more skirmishing and indirect warfare, if you want. So we will potentially send out our Des Moines to our various colonies, try to do some raiding in these areas, and maybe get a bit of pressure on the enemy that way. So that being said, I think we might actually want to send some of these guys elsewhere. You maybe go to the Caribbean ship, go to the Caribbean. I think the war will start very, very soon, probably. So, yeah, there's not much we can do about that, but at least we can try to position our ships somewhere where we need them. So Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia, I think these are good locations because if we have raiders everywhere, we will be trying to force the UK to disperse a bit, and that should hopefully be very helpful as well. Actually, one of the guys on the west coast, so where do we have some? East coast? You don't really need to be on the east coast. You're sending to the Caribbean. Some are coming to the Mediterranean, which I think is fine to have two ships there. Northeast Asia, Southeast Asia, the Caribbean. You then, could you go to maybe the west coast? Because, yeah, we know that they have some presence there. Of course, a lot of our ships are traveling the other way around, but that's because these are heavy ships, in particular the Jefferson over here. So I think that is going to be it in terms of relocating the stuff. We do have some money left, and very soon, or well, some buffer left, I should say, and very soon the Oregon will finish its refurbishing with better 14-inch guns, which was a bit more expensive than I anticipated, to be honest. The Madison will be finished in 3 months. And actually, the UK is ahead of us in battle cruisers, or at least we'll be very close to each other. But I don't think there's much we can do to get around that. So, seeing that this will likely be one of the most important wars, I think some things that we might want to do is I think we might increase training to gunnery training up here. And that will be extremely costly. In fact, on the same level as rebuilding one of these ships or building one of these ships. But I do think that it's a good approach. Let's also briefly think about this. I think we might want to increase what's AP? Semi-armored piercing? Let's increase our 11-inch armor to be slightly more armor penetrating. We do pack a lot of 11-inch guns, especially as our secondary battery now, because our secondary batteries are a bit better, so I think we can reduce it somewhat here. On the other hand, we are carrying quite a bit of secondary guns, but I think that's always fine. Let's make sure all of that is okay. So yeah, the We are always kind of firing. Target is light cruiser. Yeah, on a light cruiser. I don't. Okay, it's probably fine. Okay, but fine then. Right. So let's pick gunnery, torpedo warfare. I don't care about night fighting. I don't care about quite as much as well. It will take 12 months for that to get into effect. Yeah. And to actually select. I thought it would increase or decrease our funding right away. And the other thing is, instead of starting a new ship, I'm going to accelerate the construction of the Pennsylvania. It's expensive, but I think very soon we will be very hopeful about the, oh yeah, there we are, about the optimistic results. Obviously we are going to increase the spying effort here, going to reduce it on Japan because we don't want to be in two wars at the same time. That being said, I expect the war to be starting very, very soon. Tensions leading to war. Yes, I know. I don't want that. I would like to do this. Tensions are increasing, budget is increasing, so that means war. Here we go. War between UK and us. And here's the first fight. Cruiser action. Great Britain has many more troops here. But I think we might be trying to run away. Oh, that's not the most exciting to see. But yeah, we do have a couple of destroyers over here, not that fancy ships. But yeah, let's go ahead. We're spotting the ship soon. There we go. Go ahead, turn around, just run away. Yeah, that is something very heavy. And our destroyers aren't even that quick anymore. It's noon roundabout, so not that helpful either. I think you might be trying to go there just so we can get away from them. And it looks like they're catching up. Might be a better cruiser. I think they're starting to fire on us. Yeah, they are faster than we are apparently, because we are only having very old destroyers up here. Nevertheless, unless it's starting to rain and unless we are getting very much closer, I don't think it's worthwhile to. We actually checked, you have above water tube, so that at least is good to see. Apparently I was about to say we lost that ship. Intermediately. Let's go to cruise speed because I think your engines are fouling, and we'll probably just try to dock at Dutch Harbour over there. Yeah, so there we are. It's night now. Turn around. Be in a breeze formation. Go ahead. I want you to be on the search pattern. Okay, never mind. So they had a light cruiser. It's fine. No points, but we didn't give them any points. We have more ships in Northern Europe than we can support. Yes, I think they're just passing through. Crew quality is okay. There's nothing. I think we, well, except for these guys. Yeah, but there we go. Let's send all of our ships here on Coastal Patrol. Yes. Crew quality isn't great, but I hope that that will come up. I hope that they continue to work up once. Why are you so much more expensive than these guys? They're all the same type of ship. You're much older. And that's about it. Curious. Anyway. Right, so these guys are now in the Caribbean trying to pass up through our main objective. Money is still an issue, but only for 2 months I guess, so that is hopefully going to be fine. Let's have a look at where the enemy is situated. Again, some ships over here, some ships over here. They're really kind of everywhere, they're really dispersed, so I hope that that will be not too much of an issue. That being said, let's make sure everything is as it should be. So all of these Des Moines, I hope that I can put you to radar without you losing your destination. That's fine. Good, good, good. You are coming up to the west coast. Not sure I like that too much. Should be fun though, hopefully. So we do have a couple of raiders on, that's nice to see. We do of course have the submarines, which are all ready by default. And everyone else seems to be doing fine. Let's have these guys in the Caribbean also go on coastal patrol. Yes, thank you. Also the porting class are, I think, very recent actually. Or kind of recent. They're not quite as good as the Fennings, but still okay. So they, I think, should be fine. The Bainbridges on the west coast, I have no idea why it needs to do that. But we will just put you on coastal patrol. And on the east coast, all of these Decatur very old ships also, you are coastal patrol duty. And that puts us nicely at about 3 times what we need. So I think that is very fine and lovely. Tacomas and light cruisers, we do have the Des Moines, very old ships, relegated to raiding duty. Tacomas, Raleighs, Providences, these are the kind of more recent ships. All of them are now on the east coast, which I think is okay. Do we want to move maybe a couple of these at least to the Caribbean? No, I think we just stick with the main approach of trying to force a battle on the east coast. Money, we are ahead of them now, but I don't think that we should be trying to spend a lot more. We have enough to last the 2 rounds until all of these guys are back up, but not more. So I think that's fine. Let's take the turn. Northeast Asia, okay, I didn't expect that. France, I think we can, 1 US submarine sunk, 1 British submarine sunk, so more or less nil. US raiding. Cruise action, battle and support of land combat. Let's do that. Okay, so that is interesting. We now have a contested zone over here. What will we do with that? Well, of course it would be extremely nice if we could support this, but I'm not sure we can. Where are the Brits then? There is a battle cruiser up here. I'm reluctant to send my ships to over here, because that would mean leaving our home zone dangerously exposed. What do they actually have here, the Brits? Light cruisers, that's it. How about here? Heavy cruiser? How come we've... No, they have 2 battle cruisers. So, you know what? We are going to send these guys from Southeast Asia to Northeast Asia. So that's going to be our job of our heavy cruisers, including the Sioux class. You move to Northeast Asia. Caribbean? Yeah, I think you can also move to Northeast Asia. Fine. Whatever we got on the west coast that could support that. Destroyers, not extremely helpful probably. Also we want to keep at least some pressure on the west coast. What else have we got? The Des Moines class up here. You are raiding. Could you raid in Northeast Asia as well? These are really second line ships. But I want to make use of the dispersed Brit status, and yeah, let's try to make sure that everything's fine. Yes, ooh, that's nice to see. Okay. Oh, we should also Russia. Yes, and note. Very nice. 2 US submarines sinking. Enemy submarine has sunk one of ours. British submarine sunk. Raiding in North American West Coast. Convoy attack in Trinidad. I accept that battle. And we do gain quite a lot of things because we are not available to do things. That being said, I think we could support the Caribbean much easier than we can support anything else, so I think we'll split our forces between that. That being said, I think we might want to have a look at the overall status. And I think in particular, let's design an armored merchantman. So how would that look? Okay, I guess. I think the main importance here is that you are sort of working in general. Can we lose long range at least? The displacement is really... It would be okay this way. Can we reduce this, or would that... yeah, you would be losing stuff for the 6-inch guns. I think you need 2,600 exactly. Yeah. So 2,600 then is fine. Could do this, but that would only increase the price, and I think that's the main point here is to try and keep the price very low. Mines certainly can be useful. Salvation doesn't increase the price. Not sure whether that will be useful at all, but there we go. Let's use this. And indeed, yes, we would want to like to build a couple of these things. You're costing 900,000 a month, so let's build like 5 of these. There we go. Lovely to see. In service also we now have the Medicine, very lovely ship entering, but only working up now, so that's okay, I guess. And something else finished its reconstruction, I think. Congress or Constitution. Not entirely sure which one. Some positive money in the bank that I think I like. Pennsylvania being constructed on an accelerated basis. So let's think what we could send to the Caribbean. Great Britain currently has a battlecruiser in the North American East Coast, so I think I would like to keep parity there at least. So at least 2 battlecruisers are going to stay on the East Coast. Which one are that? Constitutions, Lexington, Jefferson. What do they have here? I think nothing basically, right? Yeah, just a couple of minesweepers. So, ooh, they are sending stuff into the Mediterranean. I think they might be trying to go over to Northeast Asia. So what we are going to do is we are going to leave the California and Colorado on the East Coast. We're going to move Nevada, Oklahoma, Oregon to the Caribbean. So really splitting up a bit, but I think in a way that is still acceptable. In terms of the battlecruisers, we do think they have one battlecruiser up here, right? Their battlecruisers are generally not much faster than ours. They do have some that are quick, but not that many. Still, I think the Lexington classes will be better suited for that, even though they have fewer guns, but they are faster. And in a battlecruiser to battlecruiser situation, that is going to be important. On the other hand, the Jefferson. The Jefferson is a very powerful ship. So I think the Jefferson will stay on the East Coast, together with the Constitutions then. No, with the Lexingtons. The Constitutions will move down. They have speed difference. So we keep a uniform squadron of 3 battlecruisers, uniform in terms of speed. The Jefferson, Lexington and Ranger Lexington, on the East Coast, and everyone else will move down. Medicine has not finished working up, so it's going to stay where it is, but we need a couple of light cruisers to accompany us, so let's pick the Providences and move you guys to the Caribbean as well. And who else? I think we have on the East Coast both the Fannings and the Paulings, so let's take the Fannings with us to the Caribbean. Good. like that. What else have we got on the East Coast? The Tacomas, Raleighs. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's keep them where they are. Maybe send 3 of these Tacomas to the West Coast, because I think it's a bit exposed now, and we did see some raiding going on there, so that's fine. Good. Let's take one more turn and see whether we get a nice fighting. Fighting continues in Trinidad. Stuff. Oh, and I'm still supposed to... Yes, very good. So that means they will probably be out for a while. Sunk our ships. British submarine sunk. Raiding. Indian Ocean, okay. Convoy attack. Battle in support of... They decline battle. Cruise action. That would be very lovely. Right, so let's see whether we can get a good cruise action here. Nope, I think it's just light cruisers. But the Raleigh classes, so... In fact, the Raleigh itself, the Raleigh was a ship that was very useful and nice in some of our earlier wars, but... So what have we got here? The range doesn't support that. Let's take a couple of minutes just to see what we get in here, whether it's too big for us to fight or not. In fact, we can though. Okay, it seems to be a destroyer, so let's get down here. Take 5-minute turns. Okay, so it is in fact a destroyer. Let's come up a bit like that to make sure all of our guys can fire. They are in fact turning around because they're seeing that that is probably a stupid idea. But we need to come back and see them. But see, they are faster than we are, and that is because the Raleigh class had a design flaw. I think they'll be just able to get away from us. You go over there. Try to cut in. Stop. Can we actually take control of these guys? Yes, we can. Be in the grease formation, I guess. Be on spot max. Try to catch that guy. 5 minutes. Come up over here. You, I think, should go a bit like that. So, try to score some hits, please. Come on. At least the destroyers should be able to catch it. Stop. Then to control you, like so. You are all firing. Stop. You need to come in like that. Let's keep it rolling. Oi, I want to select you. Why are you not catching that? I thought you'd be quicker. You come up like so. You are actually as fast as you can be. Yeah, you are. 5 minutes then. Come on, hit it. It's just a single destroyer. God, that's so frustrating. Yeah, but it can outrun us. Let's go fast. Yeah. Nope, I don't really think. Let's maybe go back to St. John's. So you go up here. You maybe try to cut it like so. Damn it. Obviously not. Maybe we can go to very fast at least. Let's make sure we are going at extreme speed. Maybe, yeah, I thought so. Go very fast again. You can go fast again. What a lovely game. Sometimes. Yeah, but it's gonna get away, so let's accept that. Ultra. Just try to come home. Medium damage. Light damage on one of those. Margin of victory. That's fine. Good scenario. Some points, not that many. Stuff going on. Yeah, okay. Victory points are more or less at 0. Some of our ships are damaged. This didn't mine class here, didn't? Oh, I think it was torpedoed at some point. Medicine's still working up. Everything else seems to be fine. About 3 months till we get our cruisers. 7 months till we get the Pennsylvania. And last thing that I'm going to do is check what types of ships they do have here. Not that many. A bit more here. That's very interesting. That's something that we need to care about. I'm going to talk about that next turn. Let's briefly check. Yeah, nothing really here. Great Britain. Some stuff up here, like cruiser. Probably some heavy ships moving down. Nope. Certainly some. Oh, they're really sending that to our home zone. So, 1 battleship, 3 battle cruisers. I think that could be a very nice battle. Let's see about that. See you guys next time. Bye bye.